Good luck tonight, man.
Thank you.
Back.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Trying to audition for E there, hanging out in Chicago. There's a really good buzz going on out here in Berea right now. People are excited to be here, but let's send it downtown, and we're going to go to Public Hall, where Mike Cairns is standing by right now with a little more insight from a former general manager. Mike, what do you have?
Yeah, thanks, Andy. His name is Mark Dominic. He was the general manager for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for 4 years. Now he's a draft analyst for ESPN. As a matter of fact, in his 4 years as GM of the Bucs, he traded with the Browns twice in those 4 years. So he knows a little something about the Browns' penchant to move around in the first round of the draft tonight. He has some insight. I had a chance to talk to him this week from Bristol and get his thoughts on just what the Browns may do. This year's draft for the Browns is the biggest one in years. The pressure to deliver impact players right away with 2 first-round picks is at an all-time high.
They have to come out of this, to me, with 2 really quality starters. They don't have to be 5 or 10-time Pro Bowls. You certainly want that, but they just got to come out and have guys that can contribute right away to this football team.
Browns fans would love for the team to do the sexy thing, trade up and snag Oregon quarterback Marcus Mariota, when really, an offensive lineman may be the right pick for the success of this team for years to come.
I think you got to go up and say, hey, look, I'm not winning the press conference today. I understand that this is not the sexy pick. This is not the one that gets everybody fired up. But we want to build a culture here in Cleveland. We want to win on the offensive line. We have a lot of pieces in place, and we think this is the blueprint to do it.
Now, that's not to say trading up's not a possibility. A team like the Browns with multiple first-round picks and a penchant to move up and down in the first round makes for an attractive dance partner.
Cleveland's obviously a willing trade partner, and that's the way you got to look at it. And you're setting the table right now with Ray Farmer, having conversations about 12, about 19, whether they want to move up, whether they'd like to move back, and how far they would be willing to move back at either pick. But certainly Cleveland's a team that I would identify that's a team that's willing to make moves, and I would be calling them to see if they want to.
Last year was a busy first round in the NFL draft, and Dominic thinks this year's draft will be just as busy, and the Browns will once again be right in the middle of all the action.
I think Cleveland's in a spot. It's just a matter of whether they have so much conviction on the player at 19 that they're going to take him. But usually you get a trade offer at that spot. So I think you'll see as much flurry as you did last year. Certainly the number 2 pick is up for grabs. And then I think it's going to take a little bit of time. But then again, that 8 through 12 I think is going to be a hot spot for teams that want to maneuver around.
And really, Andy, Mark Dominic said right there he put 2 spots in that first round, that 8 to 12 and then 13 to 21 are going to be spots that teams want to jump up into, and the Browns have picks right in both of those spots. Now, the Browns may not move, but Dominic expects them to take a lot of phone calls tonight, but he still likes them sticking around at 12 and 19. He loves the fact that they can pick up Danny Shelton, and Nathan pointed out 2 guys that he pointed out, Devontae Parker and Melvin Gordon, the running back out of the University of Wisconsin. Both guys identified by Mark Dominic as guys that would be good fits if the Browns stuck at 12 and 19. Let's send it back to you in Berea.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Melvin Gordon's name starting to percolate here as we're just a few moments away from the draft at the top of the hour.